Changing the trail of exploring RC crawling? Well, guess what? RC Crawlers and Coffee brings you morning wisdom, the latest rig tunings, and pro tips that you'll need. So call to bed and stick around. Changing the trail of exploring RC crawling? Well, guess what? RC Crawlers and Coffee brings you morning wisdom, the latest rig tunings, and pro tips that you'll need. So call to bed and stick around.
Welcome back, guys. Today we got a very special guest. We got Luis.
Hey guys.
Definitely a big spread here. Just as I told you right now, I'm very impressed with how everything looks. How much detail you put into this, how much work. Let's tell the viewers about you, how you got into this.
Yeah, so my name is Luis, and on Instagram tag is GZRC92. I mainly got into the hobby back in, I want to say 2017, when the SCX10, the Honcho, was out. I went and I bought that for myself. And then I have a passion for cars. I love working on cars. Those who know me know that I work in the back of Delta at the hot rod shop aspect of it. Or like Chino says, he's a mechanic. So I was in the back, so my love for cars kind of brought all this together. Because when I'm waiting for parts for my big cars, my real cars, I have a lot of downtime where I'm able to just, work on smaller cars, trucks, and then the scale aspect is what really got me more into the hobby than what it was before. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. Is just being able to give each one of these rigs just pretty much its own personality.
And you said you got into drifting first?
So I first got into the crawlers, the 10th scale crawlers, when the Honcho was out. And then I was only into it for maybe a year at most. And then I got out of it. I ended up I had bought my little brother a Defender. Sold everything. And then, life happened, started my family, went back to work. And not until actually last year, I got back into it. But I fell deep into the hole of 24s. I bought my 10 skills, I bought my Capra, I made it into 4-wheel straight right off the bat, and then I bought a drift car. The drift car scene made me work into the scale aspect of it.
Okay.
So when I bought my drift car, I started doing all the interior, the seats, the dash, the wing. But then I never had too much time to do the drifting event, going to the track and whatnot. And for these 24s, I was able to bring them with me to work when I was doing my other job before I was working at Delta in the back.
Nice.
But first got into, when I came back in, I got back into drifting. And then I started looking at these 24s. And then 124 multiplied to 2, to 3, to 4, to 5, to the point where now I'm at 20 now.
Damn.
2024s, yeah.
2024s. You're going for the 28, 24?
Yep, that's pretty much what I'm going for. But they all multiply. And literally, I could just be looking at online or at the store and I see one tire.
Yeah.
Or I'll see one part. And now something clicks in my head. I'm like, I got to build something around that one part. That's kind of this is the new Proline tires. I saw the tires. I'm like, I got to build something around those tires.
That is cool. How'd you get deep into the body aspect of this? Because you're very, very detailed. You're very scaled, and I love the attention to detail. Just in every single little piece that I'm looking at.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
So that's gonna be I'm gonna thank Nando for that one. OBHRC. When we started doing 24s, we've always been wanting to have hard bodies.
Okay.
Hard bodies was the main thing, scaling them out. And we could never find one locally where we could buy our own bodies. And I've had times where I would buy a body, it would arrive broken a little bit, like maybe from the pillar or from the back of the bed, just little stuff that are broken.
Yeah, the weak spots.
Just the weak spots, which, this person that sent it boxed it all up right. But once it's in somebody else's hand, that's where, it kind of gets tricky.
It does, definitely, especially with smaller, detailed things like this.
Yeah, and then that's when I said, I know what, I'm gonna learn how to do 3D printing. So then I started speaking with Ramis from Art Design. He started giving me a little bit of pointers, and I bought 2 enders. And I every other print I would have to re-level the bed, and I just couldn't level that bed. Kept getting more and more difficult. So then I said, you know what? I went ahead and I bought 2 different ones from Ramis. The Flash Forge, I believe they're called, the Creator Pros, and those were all boxed in, a little better, a little quieter, and still, you know, I've spent all this money on these 4 other printers, and then I think that's when they were advertising the Bamboo, the X1 Carbon.
Yeah.
And one of my best friends, Chino, he was like, "Here, I'm gonna let you borrow the money. Just buy it. Just buy it. I know you're gonna make good out of these bodies." So Black Friday hit. I ordered my printer. I ordered the AMS. I ordered a bunch of filament, and I was at home for, I think it was at Thanksgiving weekend. I was at home just learning, YouTubing, you know, how to do these prints and looking up files online. Most of these bodies are a variety of files put together to make what you see here, like a rack with the boxes and the cooler, the interior, or like that one right there was actually was a bad print. A bad print that I couldn't let it go to waste. So it has scratches, beat up hood, dings and dents. Try to open up the doors, give it a little gap to it.
There's just so much detail in here.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And my main thing is, sometimes I'll build a car to make it for a comp, and then I would see a body that I like, a hard body, and like Chino says, you destroy that comp rig by putting a hard body in it. But that's just who I am. I like hard bodies. I like the scale aspect of it.
Yeah.
And then we got here is another one, the Comanche. This is the one I've been kind of selling online. And this is same thing. Multiple different files, from the trash can to a little chainsaw. And then yeah, I think you guys will like this one. It's a little, I would call it the axial lawnmower.
And axial lawnmower, because there's definitely a little, check this detail out. I'll let you guys figure that out.
Yeah. And then so actually me and Nando, we were gonna have a Comanche build off. So
he was talking about that in the podcast we had him on.
Yeah, we were gonna have a Comanche build off. I know he's been busy at work, and so have I, but just little by little, I've been trying to get this one to kind of where it's at right now. It was really hard for me not to give it a patina paint on this one. Like, as you can see, a patina, this and that patina paint. And then this one was like, I gave it just minor patina.
Yeah,
and then starting to barely right there, and as well as right there on this side. And then I finally found a website that sells water transfer decals.
Yeah.
That's what I like to use. So once I use the water transfer decals on these, I spray everything with clear.
Okay.
And my process is I paint patina, rust brown, light orange, just underneath the actual paint. So when you're out crawling, you hit rocks, you get scratches here and there. It's only gonna reveal more patina.
It's gonna give it character.
More character. So it kind of makes me want to drive it more, not baby it. If it falls, it falls. But
that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
Definitely. So the Comanches blame Nando for. The hauler, I blame Nando for as well. Me and him had a hauler build off. Only he put music in his, and I haven't had time to order my speaker to put on mine. But this is also a Chevy. And just recently, maybe 2 months ago,
yeah,
I started getting the hang of using the resin printer. So now most of my bodies, as you can see, have resin headlights, resin tail lights. And I actually I brought you a Comanche for you to build.
Really?
We can kind of go over all the details, all the parts that are on it. But put my hauler over here for now. Like I said, you know, all the Comanche bodies they have comes with resin headlights, tail lights, marker lights.
That is so cool. So you can put lights behind all this and it'll shine through?
Yep, I actually have that on this one. So on this one, has the resin headlights.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna connect the battery on this one. And I just drill a hole behind it, and I use still stock lights like the Deadbolts come with.
And they shine through. That is sick.
Yep. And I'm gonna turn this one on for you. The Jeep one also has that as well.
Oh, you can see the lights right there. That is so clean. Scale detail, awesome.
Yeah, for me, everything is always gonna be in detail, and that's actually a little antenna from what was that? It was with the wife. We were shopping for plants.
Yeah.
And I saw some of that tie wire they use.
Oh yeah.
And you know, for me, I'm always thinking like, that can be RC related, or that
cool.
can be RC related.
You get creativity from anywhere, right?
Yeah, from almost anything you see. It's kind of where my mind goes through, like right off the bat. Like, hey, that can be used for that.
Dude,
There's that one as well.
this is Trail King right here.
Yes, this one, as you can tell a little bit, but you see it. That one has door panels, dash.
Yeah, so I was checking out the inside. The center column, everything, the back seat. Let me just get this right here. There's just so much detail, so much love and work into this. You just gotta appreciate it. Look at that.
And that one actually almost got away from me. Somebody, one of my followers on Instagram, really wanted it, and
Who wouldn't?
it's just deal just didn't go through, unfortunately, and for me, I was able to keep it.
That's awesome.
But these are all mainly the builds that I guess survived the Instagram posts when people wanted to buy it. Like a good example is this, the Wonder Bread. Call this one Wonder Bread.
This is the one you're about to sell too, right?
This is the one that I was about to sell right before Juan gave me a call. That one, same thing, deal didn't go through. So I ended up keeping it. That one has the electronics or inside the toolbox.
Magnetic hinge, right?
Yeah, magnet. You can open up the.
Check this out. Hinge, magnetic
magnets.
mounts. This guy solved everything right here. And on the res chassis right here. Dude, that's awesome.
So I'll give props where props is due. This is a Hardbody. Same thing with his hinge mount that he has. It's also when Height had all his files in Colt.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to purchase them, and then I love the way he does a hinge mount to incorporate everything just to work flawlessly. And then the magnetic mount that is Ram Crap chassis have them, and these other chassis have them. But I decided, like, you know what? If I could get my hands on some magnets from Hobby Lobby, I could make the openings for the magnets mounts work. And actually, I have one.
Perfect.
This one has one. The Comanche that I have here for you has that. So we'll start off with the cab.
Yeah. Got a grill for this too?
Yep, you have a grill for that too.
Let's start off with that too. Also, the body and the
So this is
grill.
the body, and you could tell the thickness of that.
Oh, dude. So, you guys can't see this, but right off the back, the thickness shows quality. And I've been 3D printing for a while too, and some of these bodies are just really flimsy, but to have this thick quality and this beautiful and detailed, you guys gotta see this. Just the door, the back, the vents, the Jeep logo right there.
That's actually going to be on the bed as well.
Oh, that is beautiful.
And then here's your grill. So these grills, what I usually do, I just drill them out from the back, and you're able to put your lights in it. What I recommend doing is putting the lenses on, drilling the hole first to make sure the little light socket fits.
Yeah.
put the lenses on, and then put the light bulbs again on there, just enough where it barely touches the back of the glass. And you're gonna have it sticking out a little bit, like kind of like this one. But night crawls, these rigs are amazing.
Nice. See, this is gonna be the first light one that I ever have because I always take off the lights and just put them away.
Yeah, this one will be great. And then the tail lights, you can also, if you want to go that far out, I haven't done that to mine yet, but the lenses are there. You're able to drill them out. I usually just paint them red, like that translucent red.
Yeah.
And then, don't forget, drop bed. So the drop beds,
Dude.
I usually cut them flat on top to make them raised up a bit.
See,
But
I love drop beds because I try to do a drop bed with this one.
oh yeah,
Just because I hate that just flatness. I want there to be some detail in the back.
yeah, flatness or no beds
Or no bed. It's cool,
Yeah.
but you're missing that detail right there.
And that one you could,
This is sick.
put all your stuff in. And then the great thing about that one is that once it just slides right on in, and that's your
That
bed.
is beautiful.
That's your bed, and then here's your bumper.
Oh, dude, this is crazy. You just gave me a new project right now.
Oh yeah, and then that gets better because now you have a rack.
Oh, you know what? Overland right now.
Yep.
That's what this is gonna be.
Yep, and a little overland new rack.
This is definitely gonna be Overland. Oh, that is sick.
So that, and then it's front bumper.
Dude, this is like the other Jeep that I got from you.
Yes. So that one, this front bumper, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, it probably will survive maybe 1 or 2 falls. But again, that gives character to it. I try to make this thicker than I can, but I am working on trying to learn how to braze, so I can do metal bumpers and braze them,
Dude, that'd be sick.
and that'll change it a lot.
That'd be cool. This is so cool. So clean.
And this is the last part of the outside of the Comanche before we get into the interior parts. But got all these little boxes with lids on them.
Damn.
Oh,
That
that
is
one
so
fell.
cool.
But yeah, you got all these boxes with different multiple sides, pretty much multiple size boxes you get
Oh,
for
and
them.
sticker them out. That is gonna be for sure.
And then that one, these painted kind of look like these.
Oh, nice. There you go.
And again, as you can see, I incorporate these on this over on the hauler rig. I feel like this box or rack will look good on another car.
So you incorporate it into another one.
I just incorporate all into that one.
Dude, it's so cool how you did a Jeep because my pops has a Jeep, same style as this. Not a Command Jeep, but it's an old school Jeep. And we've had it for the longest time. He lifted it and everything, and
Nice.
this is just memorabilia right there.
Yeah.
So you really hit the spot.
I'm glad to hear that.
Thank you.
And then here's your of course, we can't forget about the interior. Your seats.
So you gotta give me some tips. How do you actually mount these in there?
So most of my cars, the way I mount my seats are either glued on.
This one.
That one's screwed on to this Jeep actually has an entire interior, I guess, floor.
Mm-hmm.
I
On top of the transmission, right?
Yep, I chopped most of it off. This is actually on a Mofo Ugly chassis.
Okay.
I've had that chassis sitting in my bench for the longest until I kind of finally found something to use it on.
Nice, that makes sense.
There's your dash with your gauges.
Oh, dude, this is gonna be crazy to paint. Do you actually paint the inside with the gauges too?
Sometimes I do. On this one, as you can see, I did a water transfer decal for my gauges.
Okay, there you go.
And then you got your steering wheel right here.
Damn. Oh, and it fits perfectly too.
Yep. You can either put a little dab of glue on it.
Yeah, it just sits perfect. It'll fit in.
And then lastly, your door panel.
Door panels. These are so clean. I gotta get this on here. Hopefully the sun can see it. There you go, detail right there.
And
That is clean.
I haven't put these on mine yet, but these are the flares.
Oh, dude.
So you get 2 front, 2 rears flares.
The funny thing is, my dad actually has these kind of flares on
He
his
does?
too. Yeah.
Nice. So
I'm gonna have to do a replica of that.
for some of these flares, my idea for it was I was gonna drill little tiny holes, and after they get painted black, I was gonna throw some of that I forgot, it's like a really watery oil-based paint that just runs, so it'll run inside the holes. So it could be like a black
Mud.
fender or black fender, what you want to do, like gray screws.
Yeah.
That water gray paint will just run inside the holes that were drilled through it. It's all the little ideas.
Just so clean.
And then that's your magnetic mount.
Beautiful.
That magnetic mount will come with.
What kind of magnets? What size magnets fit here?
I got some in my pocket. I was working on some of the cars back at home right before I came out here. Let's see, where did I leave those magnets at? Oh man. I usually get my magnets at Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
Soon I'm gonna try to. I will have these coming up soon for me to sell them.
Do you have a shop?
Not yet. I am working on. I'm still debating whether Etsy or a Shopify account to try to promote it more. Right now everything's either through my Instagram, and I try to ship out within 4 days max. Unless I have it on hand, I just package it up, and I invested a lot into it. I recently just purchased a labeler, so I print, paint, ship, label everything in my little tiny shed that I have.
Nice.
And then these are the magnets. They just fall right on in.
Perfect. Dude, they're so perfect.
And you could do dual or single.
Or a single middle one, yeah.
Yep, or a single middle one. So I'm gonna give you 2 magnets to dual. It'll spell.
Nice. Well, definitely, you guys want bodies? Keep an eye out for him. He's gonna be
I'll be
getting big soon.
Definitely. And then here's a little sticker pack for you, man.
Oh, it's beautiful, dude. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Guys, remember this. Awesome. Let's do a little quick question.
Yeah.
I kind of modified it from my last questions that I did.
Yep.
So this is going to be base 24 questions. Unless you also want to do the 110 scale questions.
Totally up to you.
Let's go with 24 first. It's going to be a yes or no pick.
Okay.
And just pick one. Just go for it. Your go-to. And then for the questions that you need to come up with, I'll give you a little bit of time.
Okay.
So, brushed or brushless?
I'm brushless. I'm here to take all the way. Yeah.
All right, cool. And then for favorite servo?
Right now, my favorite servo's I've been loving the Reefs.
Reefs?
I've been loving the Reefs. And 1 or 2 of my rigs have NSDRCs, but mainly I love the Reefs. The Reefs servo.
Reliability?
The reliability, the smoothness, the quietness.
Cool.
You can see some of my rigs are scale.
Yeah.
And they don't have that loud noise. It's not really loud, but for me, trying to get that scale video of it crawling, I don't want to hear the servo.
Cool. Two-wheel or four-wheel steer?
That's a good question. Right now, almost all my rigs have been 2-wheel steer.
More realistic?
More realistic for me, and my brain's able to work the 2-wheel steer rather than the 4-wheel steer. But yeah, 2-wheel.
All right. Hardbody or Lexan?
It's gonna be a no-brainer. Hardbody all the way.
Favorite motor?
Right now, my favorite motor has been actually, and this is where I get them confused, between the Micro and the Mini. I believe it's called the Mini, right?
It's the Micro.
The Micro, because I could hide it in so many of my rigs.
Definitely. 2S or 3S?
I've been trying to stay away from the 3S because I tend to break a lot. So I'm going to stick with 2S.
All right. Gates or extreme crawling?
I'm going to go with Gates.
Gates.
Okay. Yep.
Favorite axle?
Right now, they have to be the Muse axles.
Muse?
Muse, it's like I get the...
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been loving this.
They're great. I got Muse on this one. I actually ordered another set of Muse. And I got another one coming. Because of the Toyota build that I'm going to be doing, I want to do Muse on this one.
Make it look beefy.
Yeah.
And then you kind of answered already. How many 24s do you have at the moment?
At the moment?
Yours, 24s.
I'm going to be in the 20s.
20s?
In the 20s, yeah.
Damn.
In the 20s, definitely in the 20s. Like, these are all the ones I was able to fit in my bag right now. including my hauler, and then I got a lot of other ones that I still working on.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe like in the 20s, maybe.
Cool.
Maybe I'll be at 24 soon.
There's the goal. Hit it and post it.
Yeah.
And then who would you like to see on the show next?
So who I'd like to see at the show next? I'd like to see Chino.
Chino?
Chino, yeah.
Nice. All right. I'll try and get in contact with Chino.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Dude, thank you.
Thank you.
Definitely. I really want to show a couple of these off real quick because they look amazing, dude. Look at this thing.
And the story behind that 6x6 is actually the Cayman 6x6. I literally just bought the chassis, the whole sort of an RTR.
Yeah.
Just because I wanted to put this body on it for a comp that Delta was having. So I bought the chassis, printed the body, painted it, put it on, and it's been in my shelf ever since.
It's a 6x6 comp or?
6x6 FureTech Cayman, FureTech Cayman 6x6.
But it was for the comp, the 6x6 comp?
Yeah,
or?
I had got it for the comp to do the tug of war.
Got it, tug of war.
And those who were there will remember that this thing lifted. It was lifting. I think it was JT was on the other side of the tug of war. This thing was like this lifting. Next thing you know, the thing drops, and we were like, uh-oh, DNF'd. And then sure enough, it just gets dragged because one of the gears in the middle axle stripped completely.
Damn. Hey, it's a lot of tension.
Yeah.
And I see you actually have a competition right here, right?
Yep, that's one of the
damn, beautiful rims.
One of the that's like the first caged pork belly that I got from Rex. That one I bought during it was 2 comps ago at Delta. I bought it, threw it in my bag, and then I had left in Mexico. I had forgotten all about it. I get back home, the week goes by, 2 weeks go by, go through my bag, and I find it. I'm like, oh, I have a comp rig to build now. But honestly, this is on a res chassis. That's my res. This is on a res chassis as well.
That's crazy to be on a res chassis.
This one's it's gonna be on a res chassis as well. This actually build just started off of the new Proline tires. That's what kind of something clicked in my head and said, start a whole nother build.
Nice.
Off these Proline tires, and that's gonna be on this 5th gen Toyota.
Beautiful, dude.
But
thank you so much for all this.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
It's just, I'm just blown away to see beautiful scale chassis and these bodies, just so much detail, so much creativity, so much work and love into it, and it shows.
Yeah, and then this is the last little care package. This is just a variety of stuff that I have sort of in some 10 scale stuff, 2 10 scale stuff.
Dude, I can see these just going in here already.
Oh yeah, the little turbo pack.
Dude, that looks sick. Awesome. Dude, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, stay tuned for this. He's going to be actually working on something for me.
Oh yeah. I'm going to make a body for this thing.
So, I can't wait to see what awesome creativity you're going to come up with.
Oh yeah.
Dude.
So right now the 6x6 craze has been hitting hard, so.
Oh, it has. So, stay tuned for that. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Later, guys.
Thank you for joining us in another episode of RC Cars and Coffee. Did you get the trilogy you're aching for? If so, join us next time for more RC wisdom and pro tips. Till then, happy crawling!